So going into the season of 2020, I had a great expectation of getting food plots in. I used HuntStand to check my soil type. Everything was good with what I wanted to plant. I really wanted to concentrate on having a winter forage for the deer. The area I seem to hunt doesn't seem to hold deer during the winter time. So I wanted something down there that would draw them in during the winter time. There's going to be kind of 3 separate food plots in this overall huge food plot. And I have stands at each end of the food plot and one in the middle. So it really makes a variety for the deer to come in. They like hitting different things at different times, so I like having these all right in a row. So along with my food plot preparation, I shoot a lot of competitions, 3D competitions, shoot a lot in the backyard, just to get prepared. I'm very, very meticulous about knowing everything's perfect and everything's gonna shoot just the way I want it, and with the Xpedition bows, I have no problems with that. So there was 2 bucks that I was after this fall, and one of them, they were both 4x4s. One was a really older looking deer. He didn't have really tall tines, but his main beams went way up high, and his G2s were pretty tall, but his G3s were just tiny. But he was a deer that I had history with the last couple of years, and I really wanted to get after him. And then one other buck that had just kind of showed up was a really nice mainframe 4x4, really symmetrical. I was really excited about that deer. We don't get too many deer that are over 100 inches on our farm due to the rifle season. The rifle hunters don't allow them to get very big, so I was really excited about getting after one of those 2 deer. The one morning I got up, checked HuntStand, and the tree stand I really wanted to be in, I couldn't get in because of the wind. It was out of the south, and I needed a north wind to be in that tree stand. So I ended up hunting the tree stand at the north end of the food plot, and actually filming the buck that I was truly after, and wasn't able to close the deal that morning. But if the wind held steady for that evening, which looking at HuntStand it did, I was able to slip in there for the evening hunt, and was really had high expectations actually seeing that deer in the exact same spot in the morning. So going into that evening, I got up in the tree, was sitting there filming turkeys, filming squirrels, everything around me. I could, just enjoying being out in nature, and one of my target bucks had come out on the north end of me where I expected it to come from. He worked his way in, turned broadside at 22 yards. I made a shot at him. He ducked, arrow sailed over his back. Very disappointed. I was extremely frustrated. The deer ran off. I could see there was no blood, no anything coming out of him. I was so mad that I actually started putting everything away with it. Probably about an hour left of hunting. It tore me up. I didn't want to be out there anymore. So I was putting my camera away, putting my camera arm away, and I looked up, and here comes some more deer. And lo and behold, it was the other shooter buck that I was after. So quickly got everything mounted back up, started filming the deer as they were coming into the field. Matter of fact, one of them walked about 5 yards underneath me, underneath my stand, and out into the white gold food plot. And that's where it all really got exciting. After looking back at it, I was looking at one thinking, oh, there he is. Then I was second guessing myself, thinking, well, that one's just doesn't seem like he was as big as the other one. And then look below me, and here come the big one walking out into the food plot at the same time. And got everything moved over to him, situated. I was getting ready to draw my bow back, and for some odd reason they spooked, ran about 5-6 yards and stopped again in the middle of the field. Got the camera moved, got drawn back, and made a perfect shot, and got him filmed going down. It was so exciting to have one down that early in the season.
Look at that. Both my target bucks came in on the same night. I missed the one. I actually was backing up to me. I look down, and here comes more deer. I put my camera away. I put my camera arm away. I had to sneak it all back out. Get back out. And then he walked right in. Shot him at 20 yards. I smoked him. Pretty excited. I know he's down. I videoed him going down, so now we'll go recover him. I was so disappointed. I was putting my camera away. I put the camera arm away. I was getting ready to take the base off the tree, and I looked up, and here came about 4 bucks, and this was one of them, and I recognized him immediately. And now get him all cleaned up, get some pictures taken, and get him home. So after having early success in Nebraska, it was time to switch gears and get ready to travel out of state. So one of the things I love about when I go up to South Dakota is just being able to sit in a tree stand and reflect about where I'm at in life, what's going on with me, my kids, my family, and just the sheer beauty of looking around and enjoying nature. It almost seems like you're not even there to hunt. You're just there to sit outside, enjoy the wildlife. When you can sit next to a stream and listen to it running by and see the trout swimming through it and just enjoy bald eagles flying back and forth up the creek. Just something that puts you at home, puts you at ease, makes you forget about the problems of work and what you have going on in your day-to-day life, and you just get to enjoy nature and just enjoy yourself. We got to see two really big mule deer last night, a nice whitetail this morning, so it's encouraging. So after we got there, we got unpacked, we made our way to the tree stands. Once in the tree stand, even in the dark, I could see deer moving around me, so I wasn't able to do an introduction or anything like that. After seeing quite a few deer, I was hitting the grunt call, seen a buck chasing a doe. They started moving their way towards me, and that's where it started to get exciting. It was a buck that I had seen and gotten trail cam pictures of from my Reveal trail camera, and they were moving their way towards me. The doe came down into the creek and got a drink and moved off. And the buck came down in the creek right after that. And that's where it got exciting. So after he came down in the creek and started drinking, I was able to range him, get a good range, get him in the middle of the frame right where I wanted him, and drew back and let the arrow fly. I hit him back, I could tell right away. Reviewed the footage and could really see that I hit him back and was really worried about the shot. He ran off. I didn't see what direction he ended up at, but after a little while, I was able to see him moving in the grass probably about 50 yards away from where I initially shot him, and he was hurting pretty bad. And at that point in time, I decided, hey, I need to go finish this deer off. I need to get him put down. Finishing out the South Dakota hunt, this is our second trip up here. First trip I was able to fill my antlerless tag, and then this trip I actually have trail cam pictures of this buck while we were gone in the yard, and when we got back up here, it just worked out, and he come by chasing a doe. So after I was able to get him put down, my uncle came, helped me with the recovery. We were able to finish out our hunt, my hunt that day. My uncle hunted that evening, I hunted with him. We had some deer come in to a decoy out of a blind. Nothing was really big enough that he wanted to shoot. So the next morning, he had made plans to go to a different spot, kind of sitting up by some brush, and on his way in there, the deer kept blowing at him. So he backed out and went back to the blind that we were at that evening. I was up on a ridge across just to be able to watch him. And it was kind of filming the deer in the valley and moving around. And I happened to actually get him shooting his deer on film from quite a long ways away, but it was pretty awesome to see it all happen. After that, we ended our 2020 season and started preparing things for the 2021 season, making sure landowners were happy and getting things taken care of with the ranch we stay at. This year, going into this year, 21 year, I plan on going back to South Dakota, still hunting my home state of Nebraska, and even doing an elk hunt in Colorado.